Hi everyone and welcome to Faewood. I thought I'd sit down and start filming some of my planning and preparation for the next necklace that I want to make. I've mentioned in a few videos leading up to this that I am wanting to start the new necklace that I'm planning with the Skeksis head in the middle, and I thought I'd sit down and start actually putting together the planning, preparation and images and everything that I do before I start a big piece like this. So I've got my trusty old art journal out here, which I literally dusted off because I haven't touched it for a little bit, so it had a layer of dust over it, and I thought I'll sit here with you guys and take you through my planning and preparation for what I'm going to do. Now, as I sit and film this, I've thought about the necklace, but I don't have a solid plan of what I'm making. So this really is the start of, how I'm going to start thinking about what I'm going to make. And everyone has this point where something hasn't quite started to become a thing yet. And now I'm going to start playing with some of the images and maybe doing some sketches, and I'm hoping that out of that I'll have a bit of inspiration about what I want to do. It might be, sometimes I have to come back to the journal and then continue with my plans and work out what I want to do, and it might be that's the case for this one because I don't have any real solid plans in my head at the moment. But anyway, let's get started. I have got limited time because I actually have to go out tonight, and I've got to leave in like a bit over an hour or so, but I thought I've got enough time to at least get started on this, and it'd be really good to finally put some ideas down on paper. So I'll take you guys down to the table level so that you can see me start to put things together, and I'll chat to you about my thoughts as I go along. Also, apologies if you can hear a bit of noise in the background in this video. The council are here clearing out some trees and things. They do that every so often just to make sure trees don't fall on power lines and all of that sort of business. So unfortunately it just so happens that they're doing that right now. I don't think it'll pick up too loudly in the camera, but you'll hear it. So and I'll also just show you guys quickly, because you might have forgotten, this is the starting main piece that will be featured in that necklace, and this is the Skeksis that I bought from Olivia, who was at the or creates the mythical markets, organizes the mythical markets, and she's also a highly skilled, amazing sculptor as well. And so this is now the second component piece that I've bought from her. So I'm looking forward to getting started, so let's get going. Alright, this is where we're at so far, and I'm gonna have to wrap it up. But what I'll probably do is just add to the end of this video when I continue with my planning, because I actually have to get going. But I've stuck down some images. I did use a higher quality photography paper this time because they're such dark, intricate pictures, but I still printed them off kind of small. I didn't want to use too much ink, but I wanted, you know, a range of different images to look at and draw from. I've noted down some of the aspects of Skeksis. You know, one of the major things I think I want to bring into this is their clothing and that opulence. I notice like all of them, they're wearing these sort of Elizabethan style collars. Each of them are a little different. Some are more like lace, some are more, you know, metal with velvet inside and that sort of thing, quite opulent. I will need to work out how to do that because I haven't made something like that before, but at the moment that's where my thoughts are, is creating something like that. And I've sort of sketched a little basic design out here of potentially a shape, and then maybe the Skeksi face is at the front there. I think just given the shape of this, you know, it does need to be in the center of the design, not sort of off to the side or anything like that, because it would look a bit strange. So that could work. I also want to put lots of jewels in as well, use deep colors. So over here you can see some examples of the different head, like neck pieces and like collar pieces and things they each have, and they're all very different, ornate, but they look ancient and decrepit. Like even the clothing, it just looks like it's 100 years old. I really love this design as well from the Emperor's Scepter. This is a recreation that you can actually buy, but I like some of that shapes. I'll probably have a look in the Brian Froud World of the Dark Crystal book again, and I might take you guys through that with me as well while I continue to work out what the design is. I like the look of their, you know, grotesque skin and things, so maybe I'll use some of that, I'm not sure. Now I'll bring it down here. Oh. So lastly, what I've been sketching out at the moment is the stone from the Trial by Stone. I am thinking of possibly doing a similar thing as I did with the Augra necklace, where I had the shard at the bottom of the necklace. Potentially I'll incorporate the stone from the Trial by Stone maybe at the bottom. I mean, just given the shape of it, it would need to be somewhere like that, I think. Okay guys, I left off talking about some of the design ideas I had, and I was talking about the stone from the Trial by Stone. My camera memory card got full and I had to head off, so I didn't finish going through everything on that day, so it's a different day now. What I thought I would do is just have a look through the Dark Crystal book, obviously in like specifically the Skeksis part of it. So I'm going to have a flick through and see if anything helps me come up with some ideas for the design. Now I am thinking that this lace work with the sort of Elizabethan style collars. I want to bring some sort of aspect of that in, I think, or if not that, an actual full collar shape, but that's going to just depend on, you know, what I can actually create. I haven't made a collar like that before as a necklace, so I'm not sure. Alright, I feel like this symbol, this shape that they use is really important, because I mean it talks here about this being a symbol that they use in a lot of their imagery, and it's a serpent. Oh, I don't even know if I can pronounce this. Aberenaraba, something like that. The serpent, and it's like swallowing the world. I hope that rain isn't too bothersome in the video because it's really pouring outside at the moment, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay, and yeah, the rain's not too loud. Yeah, so anyway, I'm thinking that could actually be something somehow to incorporate into the work. I mean, perhaps it would make sense to have it encircling the Skeksis, because, you know, that then shows the Skeksis at the heart of the symbol. I think that could look quite good actually. So maybe I will do some sort of representation of that around here. There's also a lot of imagery with the Gartham carapace on their armour, so I might incorporate some of that and spines and things into it somewhere. Alright, well I haven't quite drawn this in the right spot because it ran into that picture, but basically the idea I have at the moment, and this might change because I'm not sure how I'm going to construct this yet, but I basically am thinking of having the Skeksis face in the middle here, that symbol around here, the serpent eating the world symbol of the Skeksis, the stone from the trial by stone, some of that Elizabethan collar, and then maybe coming to more like a raised collar at the back instead of just, you know, your standard type of embroidered necklace. Possibly some carapace type stuff there, and then jewels and maybe even spikes or spines or whatever nestled in here. So yeah, that's sort of the idea at the moment. I think as I start to play around with how I would achieve that, things will start to solidify a bit more. But I'll leave it there because I'm not sure how long this video is, and I still need to have more, think about it a bit more. But I'll come back when I start the necklace, and you know, talk you through what I'm doing, and if I change my mind on any of the design, I'll talk about that as well. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more necklace videos to come as I start working on this piece. Alright, bye guys!